Panthers fans, imagine this. Micah Parsons, in black and blue, wreaking havoc. Now stop imagining, because this might actually happen. One of the best defenders in the world just dropped a bomb on the Cowboys, and Carolina needs to pounce fast before it's too late. Panthers Nation, what if I told you we might be one move away from turning this defense into something scary? Forget the interceptions at practice. Forget Bryce Young's rough day. And yes, even forget FanFest for a second. Because something massive just happened in Dallas, and it could change everything for us in Carolina. Micah Parsons wants out. You heard that right. The Cowboys' superstar edge rusher, an all-pro, a game wrecker, a guy who lives in the backfield, wants to leave. And the drama? It's getting ugly. Real ugly. Reports say the relationship between Micah Parsons and the Cowboys front office, especially Jerry Jones, has completely fallen apart. It's not just tension anymore. It's toxic. So toxic, in fact, that Parsons might be looking to completely sever ties. We're talking about walking away from the Cowboys entirely. No contract, no trade, no salary. Just done. We don't know yet if that's even legally possible, but the message is loud and clear. Micah wants out of Dallas, and fast. He even went on social media and made it official. He's asking for a trade. Right now. And the timing isn't random. This is classic NFL power play, leaking it before the weekend, putting pressure on the Cowboys, daring them to pay him like the richest non-quarterback in NFL history. He's probably watching what TJ Watt is making. He's probably eyeing that boast of money. But no matter the reason, he just opened the door. And the Panthers have to be ready to walk through it. This isn't a dream anymore. This is real. Can you imagine a front seven with Brian Burns and Micah Parsons coming off the edge? Can you imagine how this defense would change overnight? Now I want to hear from you. Should the Panthers go all in for Micah Parsons? Would you trade picks, players, whatever it takes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and rate your confidence from 1 to 10 if you think we can actually pull this off. Let's talk, because this could be our moment. Let's be real. This ain't just about Micah Parsons asking out. This might be about something way bigger. This could be the richest non-quarterback contract in NFL history waiting to explode. You think this is just smoke? Micah's not whispering anymore. He's on podcasts. He's on social. He's shouting that he wants out of Dallas. The Cowboys are sweating. Jerry Jones, with all his billions, is now stuck between paying the man like he's Aaron Donald and Lawrence Taylor combined, or watching him walk away and wreck his team from the outside. But let's say this really isn't about money. What if he truly wants out? What if this isn't a leverage game and Carolina actually has a shot? Let me break this down in Panther blue and black. When Khalil Mack got traded, yeah, solid player, but not Micah's level. It cost 2 firsts, a third, and a sixth. And the team that got Mack also got a second and a conditional fifth. That's a pretty fair haul. Now imagine this. The Panthers send their late first-round pick, a third, and a sixth. You're not picking top 10 anymore. You're not in rebuild mode. You're trying to win the division. That pick's going to be in the 20s, hopefully. That's almost like giving up a second. You're giving up picks for a prime version of Micah Parsons, and maybe you get a second-rounder back too? That's not a gamble. That's a steal. And don't forget, Micah's younger than Mac was when that deal happened. He's better. He's hungrier. He's pissed off. That's the kind of fire that can carry an entire defense, an entire team. This ain't just about salary caps and pick values. This is about the Panthers flipping the NFC South upside down with one move. Drop a comment below. Would you give up a late first, third, and sixth for Micah Parsons? Or should Carolina stand pat and risk letting him land with someone else? Let's hear it, Panther Nation. Let's be real. If the Panthers pull this trade off, yes, you might miss out on one of the top 2 picks in the 2027 NFL Draft. Guys like Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Smith, you probably don't get them unless your season falls apart. But that's the point. If you're trading for Micah Parsons, you're not planning to suck. You're planning to win. Think about it. If the Panthers are a playoff team next year, 9, 10, even 11 wins, your first-round pick lands in the late teens or early 20s. That's basically a second-round pick. Now imagine this trade package. You give up that late first rounder. You throw in a third and sixth. In return, you get Micah Parsons, a generational defensive player, and a second round pick back. You're also just swapping a sixth for a conditional fifth. That's robbery. In your favor. And now ask yourself, do the Panthers have a bigger need than linebacker right now? Josie Jewell's out, and he might not even come back. Shaq Thompson? Gone. He's in Buffalo now. What are we left with? Christian Rozeboom, Trevin Wallace? Solid guys, but not game changers. Now imagine that third linebacker being Micah Parsons. It's not just fantasy. The connection between Parsons and the Panthers is real, and it's public. Micah sat down face to face with Luke Kuechly, Panthers legend. This wasn't some quick sideline moment. They were literally in a hotel room talking football. And Micah told him straight up, the Panthers were my favorite team growing up. Let that sink in. He grew up watching the black and blue. When the Panthers drafted wide receiver Tezra McMillan on Bleacher Report's live draft show, Parsons, on air, threw his arms up and slammed the floor. That's how badly he wanted the Panthers to pick him. He apologized to CeeDee Lamb later, but it showed everything. He's a fan. This team means something to him. And when Bryce Young was struggling, either as a rookie or during that awful benching period, who was one of the only players standing by him publicly? Micah Parsons. This isn't just business, it's personal. Panthers fans, be honest, would you trade a late first, a third, and a sixth for Micah Parsons right now? Tell us in the comments, is it worth going all in to bring this Carolina fan home? Rate your confidence in this move 1 to 10 and don't hold back. Let's be real for a second. This move just makes too much sense. Yeah, we've been burned before. We all remember when Garrett Wilson hyped up Bryce Young on Twitter, calling him special, and then turned around and signed a massive deal with the Jets. It happens. But Micah Parsons isn't just talking. He's been consistently vocal. He's shown real love for this team, for this city, and for Bryce Young. Could he still take $200 million from the Cowboys and stay put? Of course, that's the NFL. But if you're Dan Morgan, you can't sit back and wait. You pick up that phone. You make the call. Because Micah Parsons isn't just another linebacker. He's a freak of nature, a linebacker, a pass rusher, a leader. You line him up next to guys like Prince Umanmielen, Nick Scorton, DJ Wanham, and Patrick Jones III. That front seven becomes terrifying. Now add in Derek Brown, Bobby Brown, Cam Jackson, Hirsch Wharton. That defensive line, that's a top 3 unit in the entire NFL, period. Sure, Philly and Kansas City still dominate, but with Micah in Carolina, this team goes from rebuilding to reloading overnight. Imagine what that locker room feels like. Imagine what that stadium sounds like. You'd feel it in your chest when the defense hits the field. This isn't just a smart trade, it's a franchise-altering move. You're talking about giving up a couple first-round picks, a third, maybe a sixth, for a generational talent at a position where you have a giant hole. Dan Morgan, if you're watching this, get on the phone right now. Panthers fans, would you give up 2 firsts and a third for Micah Parsons? Or is that too much? Drop your answer in the comments below and rate your confidence in Dan Morgan right now, 1 to 10. Let's talk about it.